Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Wherever you are in the world, which part you reside in, greetings to you and welcome to another podcast type video here at TrinFX. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Josh, aka the Homie Fletcher, aka the owner of TrinFX community, Discord community, sorry. Where I share my personal trades within the free group and also the VIP group that I do run. It's a business, all right, so that you guys don't want to go and come down on me, feel free to do so, all right? But we do what we do, and yeah, welcome, welcome to the podcast, right? So I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. Not really gonna edit too much or anything like that. I'm just trying to make it like a conversational type situation between me and you, the viewer, right? To get a little personal with everything when it comes to trading, right? Because when we talk about Forex and we talk about trading, there's a lot of, I would say, room for interpretation when it comes to trading, and there's a lot of misinformation as well, right? And sometimes people just don't want to be overexposed on the internet, or want their business or personal life on the internet that much, unless they're showing the lifestyle that is expected of a trader when you do hear the term, hey, you're a Forex trader, right? So yeah, I'm gonna make these as a conversational type podcast where you could feel comfortable, you feel welcome, and you feel relatable. That the situation that you're going through as a trader, many people have went through it already. I've went through it already, and probably still am as I'm growing as a trader even to this present day, right? So a little bit about me. I've been here on the market for a while. I've known about trading since I was 16. I'm currently 22, going on 23 at the making of this video. And yeah, I've been trading for like 2.5 years. And I went from just losing money to actually being profitable, seeing consistency, and just, growing as a trader with my overall understanding, knowledge, and monetary wealth as well, right? So what I want to do, what I want to discuss today is just coming to you as a person who's been through it, right? We've all went through our rough patches, rough times, and just been in the deep of it, right? So I want to just speak about the things that you could do to just be a consistent, profitable trader, right? Going from being, blowing accounts, trying to flip accounts, to break even and to actually starting seeing profits. And this timeline is something that's different for everyone, right? You may not be profitable until you're, 2, 3 years in or something like that. You find a strategy that works for you and, fits your type of personality. As you know, as a trader, we do have multiple strategies out there that fits our personality, right? There's no sense in being someone that's impulsive or you're quick to action and you're going to have a trading style or trading strategy surrounded that of the basis of a swing trader, someone who's patient, who's calm, who waits for weeks, sometimes maybe months, a long period of time for a single trade to play out, right? If you're someone with an impulsive attitude or personality, then that's not going to suit you as well. You find yourself in a very tough situation where that strategy just wouldn't work for you, right? So you'll be more prone to something like scalping. And scalping, if you don't know what scalping is when you go down to the lower time frames, some like the 5-15 minutes chart, and you're taking quick setups, right? So quick profits, quick stop outs if it does not go in your direction. But you're taking quick entries and quick exits, in and out of the market within the same day, sometimes the same hour, and that's it. You're done for the day, right? So you need to know what type of personality it is that you do have. So when you're coming into trading, sometimes you can find a mentor, right? The number one thing is finding a mentor. I would say someone that's been through it all that could help you with your trading career and help you start seeing profitability a lot sooner than if you will actually learn on your own, right? Because this mentor is able to just, cut some curbs along the road, along the path to you becoming more profitable, right? So instead of doing certain things that you will find on, like, let's say, Baby Pips or Investopedia, right? When it comes to counting pips, instead of counting percentages, that's one of the things that a lot of new traders do. We get caught up with the pip amount rather than the percentage return we are making, right? Or ROI, or return on our investments, right? Which is very, I would say, detrimental, can be detrimental to your trading, because as you know, each currency pair does have a different pip range. Therefore, we don't particularly trade it or trade any particular pair the same way as we would another, right? So the pip range would value differently. If you don't have any idea what a lot size is or how to place, your proper lot size, and calculate all of these things, then you could find yourself in some, deep problems, or just you're taking trades. Sometimes the trades are profitable, but the ones that you do take and lose out on are the ones that's going to blow your account, right? So you need to be aware of these things, and that's something that a mentor brings to the table. Someone that's been through it all, that could guide you and, help you along your path. That's the number one thing right now, right? So you're new to trading, you're coming in, get a mentor. Now, the thing to note is that you should do some research on this mentor and their strategy, how they trade, and see for yourself if you're going to get any actual value out of this person, right? See if their trading strategy could, be utilized to its fullest by you, right? And again, that all depends on the type of personality you have. If you're a person that's quick to action, impulsive, then you're not going to look towards someone to mentor you that, take trades on the daily and weekly time frame, leaving trades to run over the weekends and stuff like that. You're going to look for a simple strategy that's, categorized, surrounded by scalping. Vice versa, if you're a person that's patient and you're able to, see the drawdowns happening and see the red, your trade being in red for a little while, maybe 2-3 days until it goes into profit, then swing trading is something that you could look forward to, right? You would be able to gain more from someone that's able to, that's someone whose trading strategy is that of a swing trader, right? So you need to know your own personality when it comes to trading. The markets are encompassed by a lot of different trading strategies. There's no one trading strategy that's, the holy grail of all the strategies, right? Each one has its ups and downs. Each one you would get wins and losses and so forth, right? The only thing that you need to be aware of as a trader is, okay, my wins have to outweigh my losses. And that's the only thing, right? Now, this is one part of actually going onto the path of becoming a profitable trader. So you have a fundamental, but there's other things at play as well when it comes to your trading career and becoming a profitable trader. So one of those things to cover, just to jump right on it, is your mental well-being. Okay, a lot of trading has to do with analysis, technicals, fundamentals, and all of that. You look at the chart, you look at price action, you look at where the graph's heading, areas to enter, and all of that, right? But what you don't hear, and what you don't, hear being talked about a lot, it's not something you can really teach, but only comes over time, as you become more, adapt in your trading career, more, accustomed to the markets, is your psychology. Okay, and psychology has a big important role that plays into you becoming a profitable trader, right? If you do not have any sort of mental fortitude, if you're, someone that's, harsh on money, right? You're someone that, is afraid of losing money, or you're not too optimistic or anything like that, then trading is probably not for you. It's best you find something else to do. working a 9 to 5. There's no shame in that, actually, right? 9 to 5s are quite good, right? Even though we all want that lifestyle, and when it comes to the trading space, talk about, oh, you got to get yourself out of that nine to five lifestyle. You got yourself out of that mindset. Nothing's wrong with working on a day job, and going through the labor to actually make your living, whatever that living amount is, right? One of the things to note, just to reiterate, is your psychology. It plays a big part in your trading career, because if you're someone that's struggling for money, and you put your money into trading or investing, and you see that going down, that's going to play with your psychology, right? From the moment you place a trade, sometimes depending on the broker that you're with or whatever platform you are using, right, the trade goes into negative before it goes into positive, right? And this is because of a various amount of things, such as spreads, the pip counts, all of that, right? Sometimes during session changes as well, swap fees, all of that, right? So if you're someone that you're hard for money, then seeing those trades that you do take and it's starting to draw down, and if the trade starts going against you a little bit, you're going to be prone to actually making one of the biggest mistakes a lot of traders do, is exiting out of a trade early out of fear, right? Again, I'd like to reiterate that exiting a trade early because of fear, right? You do it out of fear, not because your analysis changed, not because what you're seeing on the chart now goes against the bias that you previously built or anything like that. You are currently watching your trade go in negative, going in the red, and you exit it out of fear of that trade losing, right? Now there's a difference. As you trade and you become more, aware of these situations, and you see it happening for yourself, sometimes the trade could go all the way to drawdown, almost to the pip of your stop loss, wherever you place it, and then it just spikes back up and it starts going into profit, and you start, reaping the rewards that you sow, right? But the thing is, if you're a person that's new to trading and you know that, okay, the capital, the money that you have right now, if you put it into a funded challenge account, or you start up a small account and you're looking to flip it, no, you're going wrong right from the beginning, right there, right? If you're doing a funded challenge, you should have or allocate at least enough money to take that challenge 3 times over, right? So let's say that challenge is $100, then you should have $300, because in case if you fail the first one, you'd have $100 for the next one, and so forth, right? And the reason why I say this is because sometimes we do end up in situations we just have a bad, unlucky week, right? Because we entered the markets, or we look to start our trading challenge in like the wrong set of market environments, and we could end up losing, right? It happens to the best of us. So that's the thing. You should have or allocate enough money where you feel comfortable putting it to that sort of risk on it, to do a challenge account or start up a small account, and you don't fear whether you lose that money or not, right? So an example of this is the money that we take to buy our morning coffee, buy lunch, buy dinner, whatever the case may be, right? So if we do cut back on some of those expenses, we can save that and put it towards opening a trading account, or even looking towards doing a trading challenge, right? From whatever platform you are looking at. So that's another thing, all right? Your psychology plays a lot with how you deal with the markets, how you see the charts, and whether you enter a trade because you're seeing everything that you want to see, you're seeing all your confluences, it goes with the strategy that you were taught or that you learned, rather than, okay, you enter the trade because, all right, the trade has been running up for a little bit, everybody's just jumping in on it, and you just say, hey, I'm going to jump in on this trade too because it looks like it's going to continue heading up to this significant level, or this one or that one, and you entered, but you just didn't account for the drawdown, right? So that's what happens. You didn't place a stop loss, you didn't calculate your stop loss amount. You're just like, hey, this trade is gonna continue going up. I'm gonna just jump in on this ride for that wave move up, right? So you put yourself in a lot of stressful and very unnecessary situations when you do things like that. And I think it's something that comes to us as new traders, just out of, I don't know, pure greed, most likely, right? Because we see a lot of us are exposed to trading from marketers, people that show us the lifestyle that is possible when you do trade, and you're a profitable trader, quote unquote profitable trader, not marketer, because a lot of them are profitable marketers and not traders, right? And they show you the Lambos, the yachts, the fancy clothes, eating out, the luxurious vacations, right? And we have that in our mind. So when we do see something like, all right, this one pair is going, just shooting up, going up, going up, going up, we're like, all right, I'm gonna place a 20 standard lot size on this trade, right? That means for each pip is basically $200, right? And you have something like a $1,000 account, right? So in your mind, you're thinking, okay, now if this goes up by at least 10 pips or 20 pips, I could make a return of $2,000 to $4,000. And it's like, yes, it is possible. Nobody said no. But at the same time, you did not account for the drawdown that could occur, because a lot of times what has happened in the markets is the market is going to humble you regardless of whether the trade is going to go up, continue, or what. You're going to be humble if that's the mindset you approach the market with, right? And I've been in a situation such as that. When I now started trading, I had a lot of profitable trades at the get-go. I even had an account that went from $79 to $765, and one trade just blew it all the way back to $20, and then I blew the account. What do you think happened? Oh, I saw a trade that was looking real nice, just going up, didn't watch for any levels, confluences, nothing like that. I saw it had a high. I was saying like, okay, this trade could probably go to this high right here. So I'm gonna enter it with the biggest lot size possible for me. And I did that. And the markets humbled me very quickly. I think it was like 5 minutes afterwards, it was just red. Even my margin was just red, right? So yeah, that's the thing. That's something that I think a lot of us go through as new traders. Even when we become a little bit more advanced, we don't see the necessary returns that we want to see immediately, right? So we're quick to action, and we're prone to making the wrong set of decisions rather than being patient, and having some patience with ourselves to allow ourselves to grow our trading account and to grow overall with the knowledge that we would gain as time progresses and as we continue trading, right? There may be things that we didn't see before that we will now see again, more clearly, right? So something like, for my example, what I just used, what I just told you guys, going from $79 to $765, right? At that point of time, I knew what support and resistance was, but I didn't know how to properly utilize it, right? It was something that I was aware of. It's something that I knew I could use in order to market directions, where to enter, and all of that on the trade. But at the point of time, I didn't look at it as that, like as in depth as it is now for me, and encompassing my total trading strategy, right? So that's one thing. As I grew and I continued learning, my knowledge and my overall ability to utilize these different strategies or different implementations you could put towards your strategy, it increased, right? So it went from barely knowing how to use this in order to being a professional in using it, right? Something like, let's say, using an ice cream machine. You know how to use it, you know how to follow the directions, but you don't know how to get the texture, the smoothness that you will get from, all these different restaurants that you would have visited, or ice cream parlors or stuff like that. You know the process, you know how to utilize it, you know the layout, but you don't know how to get the results that you want to get, like the other people that you've been viewing, right? So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. That's the thing that you will get over time as your knowledge increase and you give yourself that patience to allow yourself to become more advanced and more adapt into this trading ecosystem, right? So yes, psychology, big part in trading that you need to be aware of, you need to pay attention to for yourself. Another thing is when we experience a lot of losses in a row, we tend to make bad decisions as well. So one of the things I would like to recommend to you, if you're somebody that's currently going through this, is take time. Once you start seeing, like, I don't know, 4 trades lost in a row or something like that, take a step back from the charts, because you're going to be angry with yourself right now. There's going to be a little rage playing in. When you do look at the chart, sometimes you might say, wow, I really missed this, right? I missed this little key level here when I thought the trade was going to go up. It was really going to go down and stuff like that. Sometimes we even end up in a position where we say, okay, if I'm having more losers than winners, I'll just switch it up. The trades that I think are going to go up, I'll place a sell on it. And the ones that's going to go down, I will place a buy on it too. So that way my losers now become my winners and my winners my losers. So if I win my losers, then I'll be in profit. You understand what I'm saying? People, there's 1 or 2 traders that I know that has been at this point where they thought, okay, maybe if I'm having all these losses, I'll just switch it up. The losses that I'm, the trades that I take, right, that are, going into profit aren't that big. I'm getting more losers, so I'll just switch it up. The ones that I think are going to go up, I'll place a sell. The ones that I think are going to go down, I'll place a buy or something like that. So if I do lose, when I should lose, I would actually be winning and profiting, right? Compared to when I win, it'll just be a small loss, right? So you do the opposite of what you usually do. We think that could work as we now start, but the reality is no, it's not going to. So if you ever had that thought in mind, you should give that up right now, because I'm telling you, trust me, it's just a recipe for disaster. You're going to be more disappointed after doing it. You think you had this big brain idea and then it completely flops, right? So yeah, if you have that in your mind, please don't do it. Right? The thing you should do in order to be a more profitable, successful trader is consistency. Consistency. One of the number 1 things that encompasses everything, your consistency, right? From following your trading plan, from your discipline, whether it is you're waking up for this session time or what, you're waking up for the New York, you're waking up for London, you're looking for the NYSE Open, right? The interchange between the New York and London Opens, right? For the most set of volatility, then you gotta keep that as a routine. If you're getting up 5 o'clock to do this trade because of this session, then keep on doing that routinely, right? Don't switch it up. Keep on doing that. If it's working for you, then keep on doing that, right? Stay consistent. A lot of people, they aren't aware of the fact that trading is just like any other business. It is a business in itself. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can't just come with $100, expect to flip it to 10,000 immediately after 4 days or anything like that. It is possible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is possible, but the probability of it happening for you, it's very slim. It's almost marginally close to 0, right? Unless you're very lucky and highly favored by the Forex gods, then hey, do you. But more than likely, that's not the case for you, right? Especially if you're a new beginner or someone that's just now starting to see profitability, you need to stick to your plan, right? You have a certain amount of losses to incur for the day. Once you do hit that, you exit and you just come off the charts, you find something else to do, clear your mind, get yourself back into that mentality, right? Where you're able and prepared to go back into the markets, not using your emotions to trade, but you're more logical and you're more clear in your judgment when you do place certain trades within the market, right? So you need to be consistent with your action plan, what is your strategy, and all of that. That consistency would breed profitability. That is one of my motives, one of my sayings. Consistency breeds profitability. And you're going to hear this all over the channel as we continue making and putting out more videos and stuff, right? Consistency breeds profitability, right? Trading is just like a business. You need to take a time. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes, energy to learn and really structure yourself around a plan that could help you become a profitable trader, right? We don't just get up in the morning or look at the charts and then place a buy, place a sell, whatever happens, boom, we make some money and that's it, just like that, right? There's people that do that. Obviously, there are people that do that. You'll find them all over YouTube. But the thing is, they didn't just do that just like that. All right, they didn't start making profitability just like that, just by placing a trade in the morning, buy or sell, boom, made $1,000. They went through the rough patches as well. They developed a strategy that's allowed them to do something like that, right? And hey, if it works, right? And that's the thing. So you need to be aware of the fact that trading is just like any other business. All right, forget all the things you've seen on social media where, okay, I'm living my best life, trading from my phone, I'm making X amount of money, I'm in Dubai on the sand dunes, I'm just, vibing and living my life, right? It's still a business. That lifestyle would come in time eventually once you do become a profitable trader, and maybe if you're devoting your life or, you're devoting your time into actually trading, and yes, it's possible it would come to you eventually, please God. But at the same time, it's not something that's going to be easily attainable, right? So that's what you need to be aware of. That nothing in trading is easily attainable. It takes a lot of time, effort, discipline, and overall, it can be draining at first. I'm not gonna lie to you, it can be draining at first, but I assure you that the reward is worth it when you're able to confidently place a trade and you tell yourself, I know that this trade is going to work out. And even if it doesn't work out, you learn a lesson from that loss as well, right? Your losses teach you the most sort of information, most of knowledge that you can get is from your losses, right? Because it tells you what did you miss, right? What you could have done better and how to do better, continue moving on with whether it's in this particular currency pair or the market itself, right? So you learn a lot from the losses as well. That's it for this one. I don't want to make this too long. This will be a two-part video because it's like 5 things to go across. You just run across like 2 or 3 this one time. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Okay, so you need to be able to center yourself around a strategy that suits your personality. Be disciplined, be consistent, and hey, if you have a losing streak, just take a step back, take a small breather, reapproach, get your mental well-being intact, back to a better position where you can now make clearer decisions in your trading career or journey, right, guys? So that's it for this. Hopefully you learned something new. Again, consistency breeds profitability, right? So just keep that motto in your mind, and I assure you, as you keep on doing what you're doing, once you follow a correct plan and a correct strategy, then you would see the profits that you want to see. You can start living the lifestyle that you want to live. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of hard work. Nothing in life that's worth living for or worth having comes easy. That's something that I've always been told as a child growing up. Nothing in life comes easy, especially the things that are worth it or the things that, we idolize, right? It doesn't come easy at all, right? So we need to put ourselves in, the position to be more disciplined, more focused, more grounded in our trading to really see the fruit of it, right? The fruit of our labor. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope you got some information out of it. I try to make these as much entertaining as possible. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel so that you'll be updated by future videos posted. Also, leave a like, leave a comment, and let's just find more people to come into this community. As you know, my whole motto, my whole reason for creating TrendFX, the Discord community group, is to help like-minded traders to see some profitability. Yes, I do have a VIP section as well, but I also have my free trading channel where I send my analysis and I'll send trades that I'm taking to really help those that seek the help, right? So you can learn while still earning, and that is the motto here, right, guys? So hopefully you enjoy this. Any questions, feel free to leave leave a comment in the comment section, and like and subscribe. Peace.